Hey guys, so this is a video I wanted to do before the end of the year. It was one of my top videos that I wanted to do before the end of the year, and I decided today, since I have the time and I was already filming one sit down video, which was the story time that's probably up before this, I just want to talk about this. Also, I don't expect views from this, so it's just a video that I want to have on my channel so that I can look back on it in maybe a year or 2 years, because I was watching some of my old vlogs and I kind of regret a few things. So yes, in 2016, in January of 2016, my grandma actually moved in with us, and I did vlog a little, but I wouldn't vlog my grandma because I didn't know if she would want to be on the internet and stuff like that, but also because I wasn't spending very much time with her because I was a full-time student at the time, and my life was, though I only showed snippets of my life and I was only doing weekly vlogs, my life was kind of just nuts. I was getting out of a abusive relationship, which I see now, like I can see it in my face that I was in an abusive relationship, and it was a lot of bad things that were just piled up together. But yeah, so in January my grandma moved in, and she moved into my mom's room, and so me and my mom were sharing this room, which is my room. After a while, she didn't end up moving into the living room, so my mom wanted her room back, and we have this huge living room that we don't fucking use. But overall, I feel like in the last year, I also moved out. I moved the fuck out. I moved out in December of 2016, and I stayed moved out for not even December actually. I moved out probably like October, November of last year, and then I moved back in around March of this year. So if you guys saw like the background changes and stuff, that's why I moved out and then I moved back home. Because the financial aspect of it were too hard. But I kind of am happy that I moved back home for that little bit of time, because my grandma actually got cancer, and we didn't know this until it was too late. And yeah, it's been a rough year, but we found out in May. My mom was trying to take my grandma to the hospital, like herself. She tried to get a cab and take her to the hospital, but my grandma couldn't get up, and she tried to pretty much just drag my grandma. That didn't work, and we ended up calling the ambulance. And by this time, my grandma for like a month or so had very swollen ligaments, like legs and arms and stuff like that. And she had gotten medicine for it, but it just wasn't working. And I guess because my mom was taking care of her at the time and I was working full time, she guessed like, okay, it's not working, but if you continuously take this medicine, it would work. But it wasn't. It was not working at all. And then we took a ton of tests. My grandma did a ton of tests, and from there, it was like, it could have been that she had 1 month left to live or 6 months left to live. And she was in a lot of pain. And I didn't, for like most of the time, I didn't spend time with my grandma. I used to love my grandma so much, and I'm not saying I don't love my grandma, because I do. It's just, I didn't have time to spend with her. In the beginning of 2016, I was a full-time student. And then after like May, June, I started working. And I was kind of doing kind of part-time-ish jobs till September. And then starting October, at my old job, I ended up finding this job at a ramen shop that's a pretty popular ramen shop. And maybe I'll talk about that one day and have an actual video of how it's like to work there. But it was really busy at the time, so I would be there from morning to night. And that was my whole life. And then because we used to close at 11 in the beginning days, all the coworkers and stuff would go out and drink, and then and that was my whole life. It was my job, and then it was going out with my coworkers, and I even kind of lost touch with one of my best friends because of it. And I can't necessarily regret all these choices because I wouldn't be here without them, I guess. But yeah, that happened. And then I moved out. I did a lot of things, and I didn't really spend that much time with my grandma while she was alive and while she was more healthy. I think in the beginning days when my grandma just moved in and I would have a day off, we would hang out a little bit more, but we hardly hung out, and it kind of sucked because I was the person who wanted my grandma to move from Japan to here so badly. And yeah, I'm sorry that this vlog is all over the place, but again, it's just, I guess this is me telling you guys about my year, but mainly about my grandma dying. So she was in the hospital for maybe a week, and she died technically on her birthday. In Japan, it would have been her birthday. In America, it was the day before her birthday. So, and we all, and I'm not someone who deals with grief very well. I just didn't, and I kind of regret that too, that I wasn't, I couldn't be strong enough, because I didn't know how to deal with it, because I never had anyone in my life die. And it was hard. It was really hard. And now, maybe from a month or two ago, I'm finally starting to feel it, which is so weird because it was I felt nothing. I felt sad, but I felt truly not too much compared to where my mom was, where she was crying all the time and she would have mental breakdowns. But I couldn't feel anything for a while. And I think everyone deals with grief differently, and that's how I personally dealt with grief. But it's been a very hard year. And now that it's been 6 months since my grandma has died, and it's going to be the end of the year, I just wanted to talk to you guys about it, because I don't know, YouTube for a long time was a big part of my life, and this is a huge thing that happened, and so I want to put it out there and talk about it and stuff like that. Obviously, in that time, I also kind of stopped doing YouTube. I did YouTube here and there within that year, 2 years, but I don't think that YouTube was right for me at the time. And so now that I'm back into YouTube and I'm trying to be regular at YouTube, I thought this was a great time to talk about it. It's the only person that I've ever known that died, and it's really sad. And sometimes I think, would she be proud of me? And that's also kind of sad too. But I hope you guys, enjoyed this video. I'm probably gonna just name this "It's been a rough year" or "It's been a hard year," just so it's not too sad. But yeah, that was pretty much an update on a short update on how my year was, technically, without going into too much personal details. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys subscribe, and I hope you guys stay with me. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.